flick to Burton while they're not expecting
So he's
it.
just a territory kicker.
No, he's not a territory kick. Don't get me wrong, I still think Nath.
Like you said, he's versatile. He's a footballer, man. He can do just about anything. You don't know what he's going to do.
Nath will do 80% of kicking.
You can put him on the field, and I'm not saying he's turbo, but he's got that sort of footballer in him. And if he's just going to play his game and he's going to be allowed to just go out there and just play his game and do what he does, he's got a vast skill set.
He's not going to go out there and play the identical role he played for the Panthers last year at left centre. Yeah. He's not going to be a turbo roaming across all sides of the field or anything.
No, I'm not saying he's going to be given a license, but
running that strict hole.
What do you think of Damien Cook at 14? Happy now starting at hooker.
I don't like it.
Why
but
not?
Obviously, that's probably come down to them talking as a team, and Harpy probably gives him a better service than Cook does. I don't know. That comes down to what Freddie's thinking, but for me, I think it's a waste of a spot because Cookie can play 80. I don't see Cookie coming on at 5'8". I don't see Cookie coming on as a Roman fullback if Teddy gets injured even. So it's sort of...
What if Happy moves through the middle and they do a dual dummy half thing like the Storm love to play around with?
I think...
Do you think that could
much
be...
to Berg's point, they're both just out-and-out hookers.
Yeah.
They're either playing dummy half or they're not playing.
For me, you could maybe put him, if you got fully stuck, you could put him at 6 as a running 6, but he's giving you no option with the boot.
Even then, you got Burton who'd probably move into there.
Yeah, shit like that.
Right.
Does Cook get dropped and someone more versatile come in? It's like Nico.
For me, Nico should have been in amongst the first one over Crichton, probably.
For me, New South Wales, I know everyone says, yeah, bro, but they've tried to copy Queensland's theory. But where they've got it wrong, in my opinion, is they've gone 2 out-and-out hookers. When New South Wales gone with Ben Hunt starting, who can easily play any half position, where Munster can fill in at fullback, and Ben Hunt can play that middle forward role where he's proven it at Origin time and time again. Appy and Cook have never proven themselves at that middle forward. They've only ever played dummy half at Origin level. So to use them as 1-2 punch, yes, fair enough, but how else do you use them apart from that 1-2 punch?
Yeah, well,
where else do you get effectiveness from them?
There's none. There's nothing. They're hookers.
It's...
Yeah.
For New South Wales, I would have gone much more down a Reece Robson role. Reece Robson starting hooker, takes that sting out of defence, and then you can still use him as a middle forward later on in the game. Where Appy, once you take him off, where do you bring him back on apart from injury?
Yeah, there's nowhere for him. You can't put him at lock. You get bulldozed, ain't a little fella.
Good defensively, gets up and underneath and everything, but after 40-odd tackles...
You know what? We all know Origin's a different beast.
100%.
You know what I mean? So to sit there and play middle forward for one of these blokes is hard task. So, I don't know, I just find it a waste of a spot, especially if we're not bringing on a bloke as a kicking option. Like, if Nath goes down, we're fucked. Like, what?
Well, you've got Birdo
then
now as a kicking option.
Well, then we've still only got Birdo.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
How many kickers do you want out there?
You want to? I look at Queensland. Queensland's got options all over the
Happy's
park.
got a kick at a dummy half, doesn't
Queensland, Harry Grant. Harry Grant
Cook's got a semi-one.
Yeah.
Harry Grant will pop out. Ben Hunt will pop out. Cam Munster will do it. Kalen Ponga can do it. Daly Cherry Evans can do it. They all good. We have one dude who's a good kicker.
And Burton who just kicks the fuck out of it.
And that showed in the last game. And when I watched it by the 70th minute, Nath was running the ball on the fourth thinking, fuck yes. There's nothing he could do, so he just ran it on the fourth and leave the option up to someone else. And it was one of them things I think.
Well, if that's what you're saying, that's terrible signs.
That's what I've seen. I said it before Origin 1. I said
as the halfback,
I'm
apparently the best halfback in the game, he shouldn't be running it on the fourth tackle, leaving it to someone else on the fifth.
I know.
He should be dictating it to get himself in a good position for him to kick a good kick on the fifth.
Did it several times, and it upset me. But in saying that, every time you watched him kick the ball, he was under pressure.
Definitely.
This is where I mentioned for people like Trail and Pappy to come into the side. Even Nico's got a boot on him.
Well, I thought Nico should have been 14, but...
I mean, Crichton's got a kick, but I don't think it's really tested yet.
If Nath goes down, then we back our whole game on defence.
If you guys lose this game, Burton will be 6 for game 3.
Yeah, well, Jack White should get his centre swap, deservingly.
Not only that, just Luai hasn't given Nathan any support in the kind of support that he needs. Yes, he plays that off-the-cuff kind of football outside his Penrith link, but when New South Wales really need help Nathan, he's not helping him in the kicking game, in the running game, in the organising game at all. Like, he just...
No offence to him, but he's not. I don't think he's an elite 6 yet. He's good 6, but he's not elite level 6 where there's other guys that could have easily filled that void. Mitch Moses probably in great touch. Don't know if him and Nath would work together, but
I think they would.
there's just other people I think that were in better touch than Jerome Luai. Don't get me wrong, Luai probably 4 or 5 games away from Origin 1 started really stepping it up, but for the opening part of the season offered nothing. And got to Origin and I think he ran the ball twice or something. So it was... If you've got a New South Wales jersey or in your sake a Queensland jersey, you want to run the ball as much as you can. Like you want to be the guy. Like fucking, granted you don't want to be a hog, but you want to be the guy. Like look at Munster when he does it, mate. You know what I mean? It's fucking special when you see him just go across fucking manhandle and grown men and shit, and you just think good on you. You know, we don't really have that dude.
You don't.
That does that, you know?
That was the X factor in the game for game 1, and I think that continues to be the X factor in game 2.
Like, I don't see that coming out of a Mitch Moses.
I see that coming out of someone like Birdo, though.
Well, not
like,
just...
he's got it in him.
I don't see how you use Talakai off the bench.
Oh,
like, unless there's an injury to a centre.
Well, that's
second rower.
My guess is if one of the halves go down, Birdo goes in, Talakai goes there.
So he's Stephen Crichton in game 1.
Yeah.
Useless.
Yeah.
Like, I don't see why Talakai's there. If he's not starting as a centre, I don't see why he's in the squad. I don't think he can...
Would you run a Cook and a Nico?
Who are the starting back rowers? Liam Martin and who?
Yeah, I don't like that either.
Is it Gus?
I think Angus Crichton got his spot.
Yeah, well, that's it. So can one of them move into the middle if need be and see if we come in on the edge? Or even just use him as a punch weapon through the middle.
I think...
Bring him on for 15 minutes like, oi, you've got the middle third, you're a wrecking ball, that's all you do.
Talakai's there on hype.
I think Liam Martin, for me, is a bench player. I think he comes off...
Definitely.
He comes off the bench much better.
No, Murray's the other start one. Murray and Martin.
Yeah.
For me...
Crichton's off the bench.
For me, I don't...
Crichton should be starting with Martin on the bench.
Yeah.
Murray's the other back rower. Talakai shouldn't be in the team, in my opinion. But I just don't see how he gets involved in the game.
I think they just panicked with Talakai when he said either that or go play with Tonga. And he put a call out saying, call me Freddie, blah, blah, and next thing you know, he's in the team. But that was only after Tonga actually listed him.
With Stags and Tupou.
Yeah. I think it was a bit of a panic call, to be honest.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh,
well, even if it was, they could have panic called him to the bench.
He's on the bench.
Extended bench, though, not as a starter.
I just don't see how he gets involved in the game, and I don't see how they get Happy re-involved in the game. So I think they're pretty much limited to middle forward rotations on the bench, which is going to kill them.
Yeah.
And
Queensland's forwards.
For me, Huss to give you big minutes. Gerbo give you big minutes.
Huss got 2 bust shoulders, bro.
Angus Crichton give you big minutes.
Huss got 2 bust shoulders.
He won't feel him with
yes,
the New South Wales
Gerbo's
needles.
emotional value, rah. But at the end of the day, he's still not in the top 5 locks in the game at the moment on form. So yes, he has that emotional value, but ranking middle forwards in the game at the moment, he's not in the conversation.
Yeah.
So
as a prop,
I think adding Fox back into the equation
hard done
would have brought way more than adding Jakey back into the equation.
Especially if you got Birdo, because the sneaky, he's got the kick on for Adokar.
Just the speed, bro.
Yeah.
Like, you can't beat speed. In over 40, you can't beat Josh Adokar for speed. So that alone, as a Queenslander, that's my scariest thing. Josh Adokar, them kicking early, him chasing it down, either trapping us in goals, locking us right down in the corner, forcing error, scoring a try. Like, He's done it to us over and over again through New South Wales series victories over the last 4 years. Now to drop him for Toto and Tupou, yes, great. They're playing good football, but you just don't add that fear factor, speed that Addo brings, bro. And it's just as simple as that. High balls, whatever. Who gives a shit?
Yeah, he takes it all on.
He
stepped up with the Bulldogs lately. I'm really liking what I'm
when
seeing.
When can you remember someone jumping over Josh Addo for a spectacular try in Origin? I bet you can't. Because it hasn't happened. So they're going off all this shit for... I don't know what evidence they're backing it off. So
Coates was your man to do that, and he went down the first
like,
one.
It's crazy.
One other thing I think they've got to factor in with not picking at a car is that is there anyone else in that team that has the pace to catch Cobbo if he breaks the line?
I'll tell you, get him.
No way.
No.
Not only that,
No.
even Ponga.
Not in a standing foot race.
Even Ponga, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
they're not catching them. Exactly right.
You don't have anyone that has that pace that can catch these fast guys.
And then to counter that, if one of your players do make a break, we have the players to catch them. Where Fox, you're not catching. You know it's shut the gates as soon as he's through.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I found it hard done by in the first game for him, but
Yeah, I thought, to be honest, given what Canterbury's done the last couple of weeks, I thought he was at least in the squad. It is rough. So something must have happened there.
oh no, you can't really assume that. Freddie said there's no bad blood. He said there's no bad blood, so you just got to assume that it's come down to their game plan. It hasn't factored him in for some reason.
Well, it come down to the aerial pursuit, I think, in game one. And now that Tupou and Toto their outside backs, New South Wales, were their best players in game one.
Yeah.
And they both backed it up for their clubs after that. So, yes, Addo had a great 2 weeks. But so was Tupou and Toto. And they were already in the team, so...
Yeah.
And they performed on the night, so you can understand. I think Fox is hard done by, and I'm glad he is. But you can understand why they've stuck with Toto and Tupou.
Yeah. Oh, I fully do. So what about Queensland? Like with Cotter and that going down, do you feel you've lost anything?
Absolutely.
Look, Jai
100%.
Jai Arrow's a good footballer.
Cotter put out 80 minutes of quality football as middle forward.
Yeah.
Didn't miss nothing. Didn't shirk his responsibility, running the ball or anything. I think Jai Arrow's got 40 to 50 minutes maybe of that kind of football in him. So automatically we've lost 30 minutes of quality football through the middle.
30-minute middle forward.
And then we've lost Coates, who, granted, wasn't spectacular in game one. Was fucking unnoticeable, if anything. I like the Tuolangi inclusion.
Oh, I'm a big fan.
I think he likes to get himself involved in the game. When there's try to be scored, he can score it. He knows where to find it. And the link with Val Holmes too. So it's all positives for me, except for that 30 minutes that we lose with Cotter. That's where we have to fix it and replace that 30 minutes. If we can do that, we're all right.
Is Carrigan the guy? Like, can Carrigan fucking keep up with that?
I'd like to see Carrigan start at 13, play 80, as Cotter did, with Tino coming off the bench.
Yeah.
That's ideally what I'd love to see, because I think Carrigan's capable of 80 minutes of Cotter intensity.
Yeah.
Tino, no.
Yeah, he's a 55.
So Tino can come off the bench with old mate starting, we're good.
Carrigan, yeah. Well, the thing with Carrigan is he was very impressive game one. Him and Cotter both very, very impressive for me. They're two blokes now that are 10-year Origin men.
100%.
They'll be there for a long time coming. They'll learn their trade better and better as they go along. And
well, they're both top 5 on the field.
For me, I think easily Carrigan can go on and do what Cotter did. Maybe not as well.
I think he can.
I think Cotter's a bit faster and got a bit better movement. But
I think Carrigan's smarter and has better ball playing,
Yeah,
which
right.
can decisively get you through the line.
Well, that's where we've got. That's our only real master stroke. Is our lock forward plays great
Well,
hands-on footy.
Jakey adding into that too. Jakey's a good middle
Yeah, but
distributor.
You know what your front row
Save
giving
it.
short balls.
That's what I
man.
mean. So now you have two distributors as start middles who average maybe 13 hit-ups a game between the two of them.
Yeah.
Trying to lay a platform in Origin behind Payne Haas with two busted shoulders.
Yeah, it's a big ask. It is a big ask. I don't know what we're going to do. I don't like it. I don't like our side very much.
Like, Junior Paulo played 30-odd minutes game one, had 35 metres or whatever, gain. Regan Campbell-Gillard played 36 minutes, 10 hit-ups, 106 metres gained, 23 tackles, and he loses his spot.
I have to admit, I was surprised when I didn't see RCG in the team.
I thought Paulo...
Especially, I think they replaced him with Gerbo. Yeah, I didn't understand that. I thought he was probably the best forward for New South Wales in Origin 1. I'll probably say.
I thought it was very hard done by personally too.
Yeah, I was very surprised when I saw that.
He brings a good solid hit up. He has a good fast play to ball, but in defence he can also rush off the line, just whack someone, bring that aggression. Like Gerbo, yes, solid defensively. Yeah, mediocre hit up. But yeah, I just don't. I would have gone RCG over Jakey any day of the week.
Yeah. All right. So you got any predictions for Origin?
Well, I think Queensland win
Yep.
convincingly.
Yep.
I'm going to go 22-10 with KP man of the match.
Far out, fellas.
26-6 to Queensland, I reckon.
Ooh,
Yeah.
thumping.
I reckon New South Wales, I reckon they're going to be making errors, balls being thrown out the back. Yeah. I don't think they're going to bring their game.
Juzzy?
Going to go the opposite to New South Wales because I'm a true believer. We'll be on song. We'll be all right.
Who's
All right, so what's your brain tell you after your heart she's back that?
Fine. Yeah, exact same.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Beat us by 20.
I'm going 1 point. Go hopefully a golden point thriller. That would do me. I'd
What, a
love
13-12 or a 37-36?
Who kicks the field goal?
Nath.
Really?
Yeah. Or Birdo from
Yeah,
Queensland
I reckon
can't
maybe
win if
Birdo
they kick the
slices
field
it.
goal.
Birdo, maybe Birdo from 40 out. Gets
Remember
the
Birdo kicked the 5 in one game?
No.
No.
No, he didn't actually kick them. He had 5. He had 5 attempts. There was
Yeah,
there was
against
a goal-
Newcastle.
But yeah, it was a golden
When
point
we were
game.
depleted.
Did he
Yeah.
get any of them?
No,
But he ended up getting the
no,
last one.
it was a draw.
That was a draw. That's
16
right.
all draw.
Was
So
it?
no,
Yeah.
Birdo's not kicking.
That's right, yeah. 'Cause it was like one of the few times there's actually a draw.
Well, there you go. See,
2019, I think it was.
there's more. There's Nath exposed again. He's the only one.
He wasn't
kicking
playing.
that.
That's
yeah,
why
but,
Birdo was kicking field goals.
but he's the only one that will kick one.
No,
for the Blues.
Birdo backed up and kicked one a couple of weeks later.
So yeah. Anyway,
can do
I'm
it.
going the Blues by 1. Maybe I'm gonna make it a 19-20 scoreline with Nath kicking a 42-metre field goal after
That's
Munster.
2 pointer, mate, so you can't have 1 point victory.
Munster kicked one earlier.
Oh,
Just
Touche.
before halftime. Just last play on halftime.
And that's the coach killer, kicking that fucking
I
field
hate
goal
a first half
half-time.
field goal.
Hopefully he does one, Munster, first half field goal, and then that just cripples him.
All right.
So my bet will be Queensland first half, New South Wales second half.
All right, so where are we going now?
Now we'll go. Should we go back to Supercoach for a bit?
Yeah, let's go to the head-to-head draw. And what do you do
Okay.
if you're moving into head-to-head finals?
Yeah.
Handing you your paper.
If you go, you know what? We're coming in around 16, 17, the next buy round. I don't care about anything but winning my cash.
Yep.
So, how do we...
How do we get better?
There we go, Con. So, yeah, who do I target? And the few trades I have left, who am I aiming for to get in my side to be there for finals?
All right, well, just strictly head-to-head. Personally, I think the teams you want to target are the Cowboys, the Knights, the Raiders, and the Sharks. They're your first 4 priorities. For
Yeah. Mind you, this is from round 21 on.
this is from round 21.
this
This is head-to-head
finals.
So, Sharks players have a tough month coming up right now.
Yep.
So, if you're looking at them for head-to-head, I would recommend waiting, see out this tough month, jumping on after, riding home that sweet wave to victory, hopefully.
What do you do if you've already got him? You're holding?
I'm holding, 100%. Yeah,
You
you're riding that cash wave.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can jag a try here or two there, but otherwise maybe just not play him and bring in other players because they do have a really tough run. But the Cowboys, they play the Bulldogs, who have recently found some form, but whether it holds until round 21 is a totally different story. And then they got the Roosters, who
should turn.
by all accounts have been horrible this year, in my opinion. They've been well below expectations and haven't even looked like turning it around. And then they got the Warriors and Souths. So
Seasons will be done and
all
dusted by
all
that
4
point.
of those teams, in my opinion, have been
So you don't see
pretty
Souths,
bad this year.
Souths or Roosters as top 8 contenders this year?
They might scrape in and fill our holes, but they're definitely
Souths, no.
They're
No.
not contenders.
Going off South's run home, absolutely not.
Who
They
got?
have the toughest run home from here till the end out of anyone.
Yeah, I bought in Campbell Graham 2 weeks ago. I've killed him.
Like
Sorry, people.
you probably got 2 weeks out of Campbell Graham. If you're lucky, that'll be 2 hard weeks, but you got 2 weeks and then you got to flick him because South runs is horrible.
from
Yeah.
round 21 on it.
You heard it here first.
The only person you probably want is Cameron Murray
Fair
because he's
enough.
going to make 70,000 tackles in the middle. Now I got the Knights. Well, it's a massive gamble, obviously, picking a Knights player, apart from Clem.
Mitchy Barnett.
Solid as forwards. There's pretty, like, even Mitch. I'm not locked in on his job security or anything. Like, Lachlan Fitzgibbon could be back at any time.
He's definitely the favoured one there.
And yeah, that's it. And Priest isn't going anywhere. Kurt Mann's our best lock. So Barney could be back on the bench in 2 weeks. So I think Clem's the only option.
KP,
Unless
if
you-
want it pod.
That's it. If you want to run the risk for the last 4 weeks, KP, maybe Gags,
There is a chance.
even a Dominic Young or Edric Lee
Best should be
scoring
back
those
too.
tries. So
Best should be back by then, I think.
yeah, I think as a pod, because nobody's going to touch a nice player, they're probably your best chance at maybe winning some head-to-head games going forward with that draw. And then the next one's Raiders. They got the Penrith, round 21, but then they got Dragons, Knights, Manly. So my pod in that one's Xavier Savage. I know a lot of people jumped on him a few weeks ago, and they've well and truly succeeded. But now you hold him, I think, if you got him.
Yeah.
If not, you buy him for round 21 onwards.
Well, the thing is, for me, I'm hoping he's played enough games at centre wing throughout the year. Does
But he hasn't. He's only strictly played fullback pretty much.
Has he? He hasn't
So he's
done
not
no.
going to qualify for any other position. So you're going to have to either sacrifice Teddy or Paps for him.
I can't see myself doing that.
Well, that's the Chooks run home with the Broncos, the Cowboys, the Tigers, and the Storm. So those last 3 head-to-head matchups
That's rough.
for the Roosters are they're 3 of the 4 best defensive teams in the comp.
Yeah.
So
Teddy might be a move.
maybe going to zig to a zag with a Savage or a Ponga as your fullback for the run home could be a head-to-head sweet spot.
Yeah.
Especially if Roosters aren't really in for the top 8.
That'll be in contention with the top 8, but
They're not clicking.
at least they're guaranteed not to be able to rest James Tedesco.
Yeah.
I suppose that's a plus.
So he's going to have to face all those teams.
And then the next one's Sharks. Did we discuss Sharks?
No, we discussed them earlier on. Touch on them again.
Well, the Sharks got the Dragons, Tigers, Manly, and the Dogs. So
Pretty
for me,
juicy.
that's the sweetest 4 of any team. Dragons, yeah, they're in the top 8 at the moment, but their defense is horrible. Tigers, yuck. Manly, we all know, yuck. And the Dogs, by that time, they could be back to shit. So
Probably.
I think Sharks outside backs for the head-to-head finals are the way to go. Your Ronaldos, Katoas, Talakai even.
Yeah.
I'll reiterate, no Jesse Ramian. And I'll still back no Brayley, even though he scored a try on the weekend with a 72 or whatever.
Yeah. Well, you'll think maybe on them last four games he'll go okay, but during this tough period, you're not getting much from Hooker, mate.
Well, yeah, I can't see him setting up many tries or scoring many tries through the middle.
Especially over the next
month.
4 weeks. Yeah, like it's a big ask for him to do that against the I think someone has to play a depleted Melbourne. I'm not sure who it is, but you have to think a couple of them are at Origin, so someone lucky enough to get him around 17. But they should have Pappenhausen back by then. So I'd be looking. There's a few good places to look, like Melbourne. The Melbourne players speak for themselves. They do their own thing. Doesn't matter who they play, really. So we didn't really list any of that, but that's the same as Penrith. Their players speak for themselves.
Yeah, you got the spine of each of those teams, or those players in each of those teams where you know.
Yeah.
Munster, Paps, Grant, obviously. Even Hughes to a certain extent as a backup half. You know what you're going to get.
Yeah. Yeah, so, all right, we'll going a bit more footy then. Rep round.
But, just to finish that, the teams with the bad draws, in my opinion, are the Broncos. They got the Roosters, Knights, Storm, Eels. The Bulldogs. They got the Cowboys, Warriors, Eels, Sharks. And I don't think the Eels draw is too great. Manly, Rabbitohs, Berries, and Broncos. And we discussed Chooks and the Souths. Obviously, we discussed their draw. It's horrible.
Terrible, yeah.
Except for nothing. And then Manly got Para, Titans, Sharks, Raiders. Apart from Gary, I probably wouldn't be and Olakawatu, who's a forward. He's more concentrated on backs, obviously.
Yeah. Well, backs are where the points are going to come from with these end games. Everyone's got the game plans are set, and points flow towards the end of the year. It's not like the first 5 to 7, where it's a bit clunky and.
Well, you're set with your middle forwards. You know what your middle forwards are doing this time of year.
Yeah.
You know what your back rows are doing this time of year. You're either riding that roller coaster with one of them, or you're banking those safe points. But you know you're doing there.
Yeah.
So I think the point of difference now is the backs and the draw for the run home.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, so rep round's coming up. Like doesn't get overlooked, but it doesn't get as much hype as Origin when it probably should get a little bit more hype.
Well, to be fair, I think the hype in Origin's been fucking really disappointing in the last few years.
Yeah, well, it's not like the glory days of when
Not at all.
people paint their houses and
Like,
shit.
The last time I can remember with the Spice when fucking Paul Young come out and called us all 2-headers.
Yeah. Good
Since
times.
then, it's all been, oh yeah, I think you're going to play a good game. They're really good players. Like, I really respect them. Fuck that shit.
Yeah.
Say, they're a bunch of fucking cockroaches. We're going to squash them because they're grubs.
Well,
Like, something. Like,
Yeah.
give us something.
A bit of
Some
fire.
passion. Like, some kind of energy.
well, they want to take the aggression away from the
But
sport.
but why do you take aggression away from the best spectacle of our game, where it's built on aggression?
People
It's
get
built on
hurt.
thug mentality.
People
It's
get
built
hurt.
on fucking fuck you kind of guys.
Yeah, I do.
like-
I love Origin. I look for me.
PC's ruining our game.
The spectacle of the game. Like, remember when you used to tune in just waiting for the biff? You know.
Well, you knew. Within 10 minutes, they're going to punch up, and they're going to play some fucking brilliant football.
Yeah,
And you'd love it.
yeah. Because it's
And
out.
then, come the 75th minute, they might spark it up again and punch on again. And you're like, yes! Bonus!
It is good.
And now it's just like, oh, yes, he wrestled into the ground and tackled him. Yeah, mad. Yeah, cool.
I remember that some of them would throw punches at each other. Next thing you know, at the end of the game, swapping jerseys. You know,
That's it.
And it was that's gone as well a bit out of the game.
It was 80 minutes of I dead set hate you and want to kill you.
Yeah.
And then once that final siren blew, it was like, good game, brother. We fucking done well.
Well, you know what? That's the thing with it. No one's as dirty as they should be about the loss. I think that comes with a lot of footy, not just Origin. Like some people, we got through the game. It's like, fuck off, mate. Professional athlete, you should be winning that shit. Like, anyway. But yeah, rep round's on, so there's a few games we can touch on with rep round. Do you know the games off by heart?
I think the first one's the PNG BG.
Under 19's Origin Thursday night.
Oh, we going that far?
But no, I mean we'd have to talk about all of them.
Yeah,
But
no, I think we.
you got under 19's Origin Thursday night,
No,
and
I
then
think we
Friday
go to
you've
Women's
got
Origin.
Women's Origin.
Which I don't mind that. If you
I love it. I think two highly quality lineups: Tamika Upton, Brigginshaw, Brittany Rayleigh, and Destiny Brill at lock for Queensland. I think that's an awesome combination right there. And you got the New South Wales combination with Tonegado, who's the Dally M Women's Player of the Year. Filled up with
Surges,
Isabel Kelly, Kezi Apps in the front row. And then you got Lenarduzzi in the front row for Queensland, and it's just going to be a blockbuster. I think it's going to be one hell of a match, but I think the difference at the end of the day is going to be Queensland's spine. Like in the men's game, Brigginshaw and Brittany Brayley will get them home.
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good game. But yeah, looking on paper, you do have this more solid squad. But yeah, go the Blues. Hope they get home the girls.
Well, again, day, you know, Origin
But
paper
you know-
means shit.
Wait, their game is it's like watching the older version of the game. There's no wrestle in it. There's no fucking
Nah, it's
around.
90s
They
Origin.
just tackle each other. They get on with the job, you know. And there's some good stuff in amongst it. Don't get me wrong. When you get to the men's, you see the difference in caliber of the football. But them girls, man, they go there, they play their asses off, and it's
And there
It's
was also
just
some hard hits as well.
Oh,
There
they
are some
smash each
big
other.
shots from some of those forwards. You know, it's entertaining stuff.
100%, Lou. Some of them might rewind just to watch Bash again and go, oh my God. Hannah Southwell, she's a specialist. She's absolutely nails people. Lenarduzzi throws her body into fucking shit too. Like, there's just... Oh, Ali Brigginshaw. I just want to stay on her for a minute. I think, skill-wise, she's better than half the male NRL halfbacks in competition. She doesn't have the kicking power and the passing distance that the males do, but skill-wise, she shits all over fucking most of them.
Yeah.
She is so good, so good. It's not funny.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, I'm just in awe.
So Queensland it is for you then. I'm on the Blues. Go
Blues.
What's the next game?
Kiwis versus Tonga, women's and the men's.
There is one before that actually. Tomorrow, Lebanon and Malta.
Oh, nice.
Out down at Belmore.
Oh, lovely.
Tomorrow, 7:30. If you're there, hit up Belmore. You watching?
It's probably free entry. But no, that'd be a right game.
You got some squads here, Louis, or?
I mean, it's not part of the
Nothing
official
that I can see.
NRL one because it's not in there.
You got a mate playing?
Just a side gig one, eh?
Yeah, no, there's no squads on the NRL
All right.
website.
So New Zealand and Tonga then.
Mm.
Look, we couldn't find the actual squad, so we made our own, and they're both pretty good squads.
I've got the actual
I think-
squads if you want them.
I think New Zealand.
Yeah, well, if you got the actual squads,
I think New Zealand probably get up in that one though.
let's see how close we go.
I think New Zealand get up in that one though.
All right, for the men, we got New Zealand's Big Nas, Jesse Bromwich, captain.
Oh, so you ain't got a squad.
You got the same squad. We've gone and put who we think's playing where. 'cause
We
there's-
positionalised them. We
yeah.
gone Madge.
So
And
we've
Christian
got,
Wolf.
we think for New Zealand, Manu will be fullback, Ronaldo wing, Hiku centre,
Well, I don't think Manu will be fullback, but I think he should be.
Rapana centre, Kenny Mamalo wing, Dill Bag 6, Hughes 7, James Fisher-Harris 8, Smith 9, Jesse Bromwich 10, Kenny Bromwich 11, Nakora 12, iPat 13, Big Nels, Scotty Sorensen, Nia Corey, and Tamari Martin or 4, and we couldn't decide who would get that last position.
The 14.
And then Tonga, we've got...
Brandon Smith misses out, you reckon?
No, he plays hooker. And then
Oh, yeah.
Kula will play fullback for Tonga, and then Katoa, Penasini, Suli, and Tulipilotu, and then Stags, Amon, AFB, Havili, TKO, Tupanua, Kalolo Matangi, Jason Tolmalolo, then Sonny Luke, Joe O, TPJ, and Olakuatu.
Fuck.
Like massive packs.
Tonga's gonna smash him.
I'm not sure they smash him, but just on halves and stuff, that's where it's going to let him down. Like
Yeah, New
kicking
Zealand's got good
games,
halves.
kicking games and just right decisions. It's not easy being a half. You got to make so many decisions and make the right ones.
Who they got in there with Stags?
Amon from the Dragons, who had a bit of a slow start. You're getting better, but
Yeah,
still
but he's
not
still very young.
not a 7. Not like Jerome Hughes, who's
Nah.
going to get out there and dictate terms.
Especially with the Storm boys. But yeah, the size of the pack is enormous.
Both packs are huge. Like,
But the Tongan pack especially. Olakuatu, Kalolmatangi, Tamalolo. Like, that is huge.
Oh, I can see them steamrolling over the top of New Zealand, to be honest.
To have
I
that
guess-
much power on the bench is incredible.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. For me, I just think the halves get him home, and Joey Manu at fullbacks, especially if he gets named at fullback, that is. For me at fullback, he could easily, like we've talked about plenty of times, he could easily be a top 5 squad fullback.
Yeah, but it just comes down to if he can get that good ball from those halves.
Not Jerome
Like-
fucking Hughes and Dill Bags.
Oh,
Dill
okay,
Bags
sorry,
having
yeah,
a
you're
great
talking about for
year.
New Zealand. In New Zealand.
Hughes having...
Yeah,
he
of course.
always
Yeah,
has a
no,
good
yeah,
year.
you'll be right. You'll be right.
I think the big difference is going to be the 7s.
Yeah,
Like Hughes knows how to kick, get his team in front, get advantage.
He'll
and all that
dictate
shit.
terms. He'll dictate terms.
Amon has played, 7 games at 5'8" for the Dragons?
Give him 12, because he played a couple of
Well,
weeks
yeah,
ago.
well,
but
a
still.
lot off the bench, but
But then, he's getting no help off of your
like, yes, Tonga hold the advantage in the forward pack, but I think when you strip it back and
polish.
if Jerome Hughes takes advantage of the game, New Zealand's forward pack's not terrible by any stretch of the imagination. Like James Fisher-Harris, Jesse Bromwich starting, Tarpany, and that coming off the bench, like
Yeah.
IPAP. Well, they got a pretty decent team. So I think Hughes should be the difference in that game.
It's going to be a big bash 'em up game of footy, isn't it?
Oh, it's
The
going to
tackles
be
are going to be insane.
it's going to be right up there. That could be the best game of the weekend, including Origin.
Yeah. Yeah, no, you can't doubt the calibre of the sides.
Like if everything lives up to potential this weekend, it will be one awesome game of football. One awesome weekend of football.
Yeah.
Alright. Samoa versus the Cook Islands.
Yeah. Again,
Okay, well, Samoa should
halves,
easily run away with this.
halves again are going to come down to it again there. And Charlie Staines at fullback, at least he's had some experience. I've never really heard of Kaio Iro. Then they've got half the Penrith back line with Charlie Staines, Talon May, Isaac Targo. And then you got Milford and Chanel Harris-Tavita in the halves, which
That's not terrible, man.
it's not bad.
Like, they're not tested
You
together,
wouldn't
but...
scoff at it.
Yeah, no, it's it. I'll be because Milford's got the experience. He
Kim-
knows what to do to control the game.
Compared
And
to
Harris
what
Tavita
are
can
they
play
up
that eyes up
against?
footy.
Well, they're up against Isan Masters at 6, who's a centre wing.
Isan
And-
Masters 6.
Yeah, and then you've got Reece Joyce at 7. So yeah, they're getting dominated, I think. Because then you look at the forwards, they got Marty Tapau, Jazz Tavanga, Francis Molo, Schuster, Jaden Sewer, then Josh Alloway, and then over here, the Paul Cook Islanders have got a Vincent Rennie, Aaron Terrell, Xavier
Cook Islands are at a
Wilson.
mass disadvantage.
Yeah, massive. Like there's anyway.
Yeah, I mean, I'm looking through, and Makahesi Makatoa, Davey Moali, some of the only names I actually recognise. Oh, Pia Kura's apparently getting a run finally. He's going to be starting
But I'm saying, if
back row.
Makahesi, Makatoa, and Moali,
They're both on the
that's-
bench, though.
yeah, but that's green sprouts coming through for the future because
Yeah, it's
I
good
rate
'cause they're
both of
in and
them as good front rowers coming through.
But yeah, I'm not seeing much in terms of names I know in the established.
No, you ain't the Cook Islands team.
Well, the next game's a bit closer, just on the Kummels' effort. You know, I love the Kummels. They might not be.
You know you've played a game.
Huh?
You know you
but
played a
that's it,
game.
and it's just a fun game to watch for everyone. Like, you just know anyone that plays the Kummels get pumped. And it's just great, and I love it. But yeah, they've got a half-decent team. Like, they've got a couple of NRL players in and around it. Don't get me wrong.
Who are they playing?
Fiji, they're playing Fiji.
So you just...
Fiji again, they got...
I'd probably back Fiji, not even seeing the squads, just off the calibre of NRL players. I'd probably put my money on Fiji.
Well, their forward pack's strong. They got Tane Milne at lock, kick out, and Tui Kamakamika.
In the back row.
No, he's at prop. I don't know who the other dude is, and I can't say it, so I don't want to upset. Just like, yeah, sorry, dude. Sadhguru. Daniela Sadhguru. But yeah, sorry, dude. But yeah, so I think for me that'd be a good game to watch. I think Samoa probably Fiji run away with it, but
They'll all be good games.
the Kummels will be great to watch. Like,
I wouldn't miss any of them.
The Kummels, and then I think we've only got Origin left to talk about there.
I think we've pretty much gone through that, haven't we?
Dunno.
Well, I think we need to get your guys' opinion on the change. I think we got my opinion. I think we need your guys' opinion on what Freddie's done to the squad.
Garbage.
Berg's gave his.
Did he?
Yeah, it's garbage. I'm not happy with it. All right,
What aren't you happy with?
Well, yeah, like you said, the Fox probably should have got a mention in there, even though it's hard done by. But Birdo, look, Birdo's good. He's a weapon, but for me, I like the Fox. You know, if anyone should have went, it should have been Luai. Like you said, he offers nothing. But yeah, that's just me. And then, even Campbell Gillard was hard done by. I think Junior Paulo's probably just got a bit more varieties game. Like, I can imagine getting it out of him.
Happy as soon as Matto been dropped?
Nah. Matto, yeah, he offered nothing. He didn't come out offloading at will and doing the stuff that he does for Para. Mind you, first Origin, like we talk about a lot of times, very overwhelming.
He
for some
played
people.
alright for Para against the Roosters the game after.
Yeah, but didn't do
Showed up Gus.
Didn't do fuck all for New South Wales.
But he got dominated.
It doesn't matter. There's, you know what? If someone's getting dominated, it's up to someone to stand up and have a go. And we didn't have that. We didn't have it. We didn't have a bloke that wanted to do it. So that's on us as a team.
And he's brought that in?
That's on us as a team.
And he's brought that in to fix that?
No, not in my opinion. But
Who would you bring in to fix that?
you need some mongrel, bro. To be honest, I don't know. I don't know who to look at for that job.
Ideally, Victor Radley.
Oh
He's
yeah,
there, he's on the
Oh,
extended bench.
I get that. I think he's that walk-up start. Or if he was a Queenslander, apart from injury, of course, like his missed Origin for New South Wales, he's a walk-up start.
Yeah, but I also think we lack a bit of creativity in I think
he brings that too.
All Naif, it's all Naif, and it's like fucking. It's
Well,
so predictable. Our football, it was so predictable on the night, you know. And
But well, apart from Cody Walker, what 5'8's going to fix that? None.
None at the moment. No, I don't know where to look at. I don't know how to fix it. But
Well,
I don't
you
know.
can't.
If Luai,
Apart from Cody Walker, in the sixth position, you don't really have creativity max kind of thing.
Well, I don't know if Luai's the guy.
Like all your
He's
sixes
not-
are role fillers.
It'd be different if he was defensively sound and he actually had plays and kicks, but he doesn't have much. He's an off the cuff runner of the football,
That's it.
and that's all he gives you.
Yeah.
So he's not looking for 40-20s. He's not looking for that.
And I'll say it's about Cook a lot, but back to that point, sometimes it can be to the detriment of the team as much as it can be to the benefit of the team.
Yeah.
Like he can run off and go, yeah, bang, and then nothing's happening, and he can run around in circles and surrender a play to ball and give up slow play to ball, and he just kills the whole set.
Well, if Cam Murray's
Like-
not on the field, there's no point in running because no one goes with him. Cam
But-
Murray's the only one.
Well, even then, he usually relies off the Cameron Murray play to ball
yeah.
to get that ahead, and then what do I do now kind of thing.
Yeah, he does. He does run around in a circle a fair bit, and it's like just
But-
fucking run over someone,
I'm
dude.
saying that Munster does it too. He
Yeah,
can
but
run around in circles, and
Munster's a fucking big dude. Like if you stand him
he
side by
seems to
side,
be really hard to tackle.
if you stand him side by side, I think Munster's like fucking substantially bigger than
Well,
him.
he's 6'2", Monster.
Yeah,
6'2".
and he's solid. Like big. He's a big fella. He didn't train for a
And-
couple of years. He
But he's one of those deceptively strong people that you know.
yeah.
Like, some people, they're just stronger than they look.
Well, I don't know.
He
I
seems
just,
to be one of those people.
for me, I don't know. I can't. It's going to be a tough battle. That's why I'm saying 1 point. Hopefully, our defense can get us home. But yeah, I'm not sure, mate. To be honest, it's going to be a tough
Louis,
game.
where do you in Origin 2, mate?
I think the biggest difference between the team is the bench. To be honest, I don't understand why they've got Cook and Coruscant both in the team. Like I'd stick with Cook or stick with Coruscant, but don't have one sitting on the bench. You're just wasting a space. You know, as we mentioned earlier, they're two out and out hookers. They don't play. I've never seen them play any other position. You know,
He's played some six.
he's played some six.
Yeah, so not much.
Push, come, shove.
At Manly a couple of times, yeah.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the biggest difference. Honestly, I'd rather Burton in it as 5'8" for this game over Luai. I mean, at least he's got that kicking game, whereas Luai there's nothing, absolutely nothing with his kicking, and his fifth play option. Like there's multiple times there where he could have dribbled one through into the line and try and get a repeat set, but instead decided to run the ball and ended up tossing it to someone who was flat-footed, who ended up getting tackled. Change over, there we go, lose the ball.
Well, just on that. If you add up the three positions, 2 centres and 5'8", then you could have Luai, Burton and Crichton as one combination. Or you could have Burton, Staggs and Crichton as another combination. As a Queensland fan, I would much rather go with option A of the Luai, Burton, Crichton combination rather than the Burton, Staggs, Crichton combination, because that combination scares the shit out of me.
Yeah. Yeah, well, anyway, we got a couple of... you want to do the liveys and I'll go get the Facebook questions?
Yeah.
We do have a couple of Facebook questions.
Yep.
I had forgot
So
about.
over here in the live chat, let's have a look. We got Jimmy Clark. Do you think Nathan Cleary will have a go at kicking some good ball on Sunday night, or would Moses be better selection?
No,
No,
look,
no.
even if Moses came in and they didn't give him a naif, Moses would be fucked too. Because it'd just be all Moses getting that ball as well. So it's a matter of Queensland have worked it out. Like we've now got to get Queensland thinking. And if they rush up on Nath, then the ball goes somewhere else and kicks it. Whereas last Origin, it really wasn't getting anywhere. And if it did go, it didn't make it far. So
Now, at the end of the day, Nath's by far the best halfback in the competition, and who you want kicking for you on the last tackle 9 times out of 10.
like,
So it's just up to New South Wales to give Nath some space, kick early, either use Burton to kick a few early to take the pressure off Nath, but they can't just go Nath on the 5th every time. They have to do something different.
just back on Moses and Nath quickly. Moses is nearly 30, or 27 or 28 or something. And Nath's only 23.
There's
but
no
they're-
conversation who should
But
be
the
the
thing
halfback.
is, they're at about the same level. So
The only reason you put Mitchell Moses in there is to play 6.
yeah,
And I'd like that combination. Don't like it as Queenslander, but as New South Walesman, I'd like that.
well, the options then you got options. You can kick well, and if Burton does maintain in the centre, that gives a third kicker. And the same options
No.
Queensland have got. Then they've got 4. 4
But yeah,
noted.
you don't replace Nath with Moses.
No, you replace the
Not if your life
Luai.
depended on it.
You replace the Luai with a Moses. But yeah, all right. So what else you got on the liveys?
Yep, Sean O'Varrett.
Sean,
What's up, lads? Worth holding on to Cody. What do you reckon? He's been so bloody average and a
Nope.
loose cannon.
Sell.
Yeah,
is he going to lose much more, or is it
Who
is it
cares?
worth
Sell,
the sell?
sell.
Tough run.
with the
premium
run
position.
coming up.
But the run's not until round 21,
Piss it off.
is it?
Get rid. Get a new money.
All right. Oh,
Damn.
we've lost all power.
You want to go check that out? That's all right. We're still going,
We're still going.
but we don't have the lights. You want to go check that out, Con?
Okay. Yep. Had a bit of a blackout.
Yeah, I didn't hear a box go, so I didn't hear an RCD or anything.
Go on, Louis.
Here we go. Let's continue with that. Let's see. Where was I?
Sean O'Barrett's
Sean
one.
O'Barrett. Danny Saki, would you bring in Cam Murray for 603 or Harry Grant for 4 heads of lettuce?
Harry Grant for 4 heads of lettuce. For sure. Hey, Saxy, you been to KFC yet and tried a McShit burger where they mix
With
the
the
cabbage
cabbage?
with the lettuce and it tastes fucking rotten? You're eating in
It's
your burger
awful.
and then you get a piece of cabbage and it's just
I
like,
love how they say, "Oh, you won't notice the difference between the cabbage and the lettuce."
oh,
Yeah.
Cabbage
yeah.
destroys fucking everything. Of
Oh,
course you're gonna
dude.
notice the shit.
As soon as you bite into it, you can taste the difference.
Like, at
I'm sorry.
least just make it coleslaw. Be like, yo, no lettuce. You can have it with coleslaw or without. Don't give me this half lettuce, half cabbage bullshit.
Or just
Charge me $2
give-
for lettuce.
give me half the amount of lettuce.
Yeah.
Rather than contaminate it with cabbage, just give me half the amount of lettuce.
Just a couple of specks,
Like-
mate.
I'll take most of the lettuce off anyway, so... Yeah. Frustrating shit. I love me KFC.
Yeah,
what else you got there, Louis?
I feel like they do so much advertising through the football. I feel like it's a fair topic of discussion
100%.
because if their advertising isn't working on you and you're ending up in the drive-through at least once a week for a zinger box, maybe once a fortnight, depending how good you are. As you can tell, I'm a clean eater.
My record's 20 KFC meals in 1 week.
Yeah, that's too much, Con. I'll tell you that. Yeah, Superman.
That's
I
a
don't know
pretty
how you
solid
do it.
record.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty solid.
Beat
I
it.
think I'm beating that.
That's heavy. I don't think I want to beat
Drop,
that.
don't worry.
Uh,
Don't worry.
Sean O'Varrett again. Dylan Edwards has got to be an unsung hero in brackets pod in the fullback position. He just works hard and a real smart footballer, in my opinion. What do you guys reckon?
I don't like it personally. I think there's much better options. I love Dylan Edwards as a footballer, but Supercoach wise, I just think he's too far down the ladder.
Yeah, no, not in the premium position. If you could get him in the centres, you'd jump on it for 80 solid every week sort of thing. But, 70, 80, just pump it out. But not at fullback.
I think with Paps, Teddy, Hines, that life's
Ceilings are so
available.
high. Missing out on points,
Yeah.
missing out on captaincy
I
options.
just don't think you can do it. I think he's only averaging 60 odd for the year, not low 60s. So the rest of them are averaging 80 plus.
Sorry, Shauno.
Sean O'Warner also reckons that Talakai will be our barnstorming runner like Carrigan off the bench in game 1.
I hope so. But it's a big ask. Massive ask.
So he plays most dominant football, running at retreating edge defences, little halves, centres running backwards and stuff like that. Like if they bring him on in the middle, our middles aren't going to be running backwards for him to come and run over the top of.
Yeah.
They're coming forward and they're meeting him, as we've seen in the
Countless.
last 4 or 5 weeks since the end of that run, where teams have worked him out and started to come up and actually meet him, getting the ball instead of letting him come to them.
Yeah.
his scores drop significantly, his impacts drop significantly.
Yeah, if you take away that
So,
run from him,
That's it.
he doesn't get the time to build up the momentum on that massive frame. Can't really do much, eh?
That's it. When you're that size and you got people running backwards trying to tackle you, of course you're going to run over top of them. It's a given. But when they come forward hitting you, totally different ballgame.
I think that's just about it on my end.
All right, Brad Smith, Sean Johnson. Is he holding the Warriors back?
Yes.
And can they win the game while he's still there? That Dejan Arce was doing okay.
They can't go all the way. I think it's time for Sean to, go to France.
Has he gone the 1 year too long, SJ? Because he doesn't look SJ. He's looking fucking Chad Townsend.
So I was going to say, he looks like he's at the end of his NRL career.
Oh,
The way
clearly,
he's playing.
clearly.
You can see, you can see in some of those players where they just hit that stage in their career where they just can't keep up with the guys coming through. And you can
Maybe-
see
Well, I mean,
the
the Sharks
difference.
knew it, and that's why they pissed him off. Like,
You know
Wade
what?
Graham pulled him up at training last year, and just like, he does this skip across the line thing. Wade Graham at training just went woof and just knocked him straight onto his ass. And just when he got up, he's just like, that's what the opposition's going to do to you. We can see it coming. What else can you do? And then all of a sudden, he's moved on after that and under the new coach. So, look, man, when I joined the game, I've seen glimpses of SJ, but I didn't grow up on the SJ that you guys had.
No, you missed prime.
I missed his prime, and yeah, from my eyes, I don't think he's getting back there.
If I
Yep.
was a Warriors coach, I'd be just putting in that Volkman and Arce, just blooding them in the NRL, getting them experience.
Well, when they go home to New Zealand, maybe that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I agree, but I don't think they might win a couple of games here and there, but I don't think they'll apply any pressure to
Well,
anyone.
at
Put
the
SJ
start-
back to
At
Reggie's.
the
he
start of
might
the year, I
take
think a lot of us agreed that SJ was Supercoach irrelevant, therefore he wouldn't make an impact for the Warriors going home. 6 weeks ago, everyone's like, oh, SJ had one good game. SJ's savior for the Warriors, rah, rah, rah. We all still maintain that no. And now, fruition's come to pass, and SJ's a no.
Yeah.
Like he has been all year, and the Warriors should never re-sign him. He left on shit terms.
I think maybe that
Everyone
was,
hated him. They should never report him back.
I think it might have been a ploy to get maybe some of the younger dudes who like
For what?
SJ, just to get him in and around.
Let's try and get some of these young All Blacks or something.
Yeah, I'll poach him from the All Blacks if we can.
Oh, yeah.
Love to.
That was just another great decision by the Warriors.
All right, Nick Heffernan. As fans, do you gents get frustrated when you see your team beat by the best teams? When you see your team beat the best teams and then flop against the worst? As an Eels fan, it does my head in. Watching Eels beat Panthers in the Storm but lose to the Tigers and the Dogs so badly, I just don't understand how a team can be so inconsistent.
I totally get your frustration as an Eels fan. I can understand what it would be like to go through those highs and lows. I went through them in the early 2000s. I haven't experienced any of those emotions since then. My emotions to football now are pretty much dead because Newcastle suck balls. But as a fan who's continuously been named as premiership contenders time and time again, on paper, probably the best team in the comp some years, and you just time and time again fail after fail after fail. I really don't know what to say to you except for
Persevere.
stick strong, bro. Like, that's your love. You love that team. They're your club. Power through.
Well, yeah, like it's just for me. I don't know. Like I do feel bad for Para fans because they've had their times. 2001, I think they really should have beat Hughes.
Absolutely. They were the best team in the comp. Like, set all kinds of records that year.
Like there was just times where it was their opportunity and their time.
Except
and
Joey.
Then yeah, it just got plucked away from him. And I think this was it. This is like we've talked about in previous podcasts for years now. This is their window and it's closing. Like they've probably got one more year, two more years.
I personally have never seen this as their window.
It's not
I
their
don't care what
window, but
anyone
this is
says.
probably the best they'll be for a while again. Like
Well,
you know how teams just go in
from
and around.
2016 up until now, you've had Storm, Roosters, Panthers, Storm, Panthers, Storm, Panthers, Storm, Panthers, Storm. I've never seen an opportunity for Parramatta in those windows to beat any of those top 2 teams. Ever.
Yeah.
And, in hindsight, I'm right.
Yeah, well, like I get it. But on paper, like you say, they go leaps and bounds for the first since BA's been there. He's been there a while now. They seem to come out the blocks hard and they fall off at the end of the year. Like they contenders for X amount of rounds and then gone. And they limp into the finals and normally bow out first week.
Well, last year they did semi-opposite. Started strong, middle 8 weeks. So finished strong, beat Storm on the way to the finals. Marched all the way, I think, to a preliminary final. Knocked out by Panthers. So I just don't think they have a team to win the comp against the Panthers and the Storm. I just think those 2 teams are too good for anyone at the moment, no matter who they are.
Yeah, alright, yeah, so we all feel bad because I'm a dog supporter. Louis, where we went through the hard times as a kid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, many years.
Kicked out
Definitely,
the comp a whole bit. Yeah.
Well, I going up through primary school and, all the way up through to, 2011, sitting around the bottom of the table, finally make a way up in high school, win the premiership 2014, but
Slowly.
But you've got there. You got to think your mates
Send back down there.
Think your mates have jumped on Para, or even worse, like Tigers or.
They still got one in 05.
I feel for Tigers fans, man. I really do. People go, yeah, I support the Tigers, and it's just like, oh, sorry, man.
They won one 4 years after I last won one.
Yeah.
One year, a year in front of me.
Well, I remember when South won the premiership 2014. It was the first time in 42 years, I think it was, that South won.
Seen Aaron cry? Oh, no.
My old man did. My old man teared up. He grew up right on top of Redfern, a block away from Redfern Oval.
Oh, true.
Born 62, so he would have seen the last grand final.
Johnny
South
Sattler.
won. Good old John Sattler. And yeah, when South finally broke that deadlock, won it in 2014.
42 years, was it?
42 years. Just bought his eyes out. Just in pure joy, pure happiness.
It's a fucking long time away for a drink,
Long
mate.
time, yeah.
And yeah, it was shame as the Sharks. If you would have jumped on the Sharks to start with,
Fuck Sharks, they cheated.
Took them a long
Pep
time.
tied it up and brought the salary cap all at fucking once.
All right, we're going back to Brian Ings, ignoring Supercoach scores. I don't know. Ignoring Supercoach scores, who has been the best buy of the year so far after a slow start? Burton must be up there by now.
No, in my opinion, Burton's not even in the top 5. Got Chad Townsend, number 1. I know everyone's rating about A-Ray at the fucking Broncos and whatnot, but I got Chad Townsend turned around the Cowboys into probably wooden spooners to
Contenders.
Top 4.
like the second best defensive team in the comp, one of the best attacking teams in the comp, running 3rd in the competition.
See, this year's like
So,
Roosters, you know what I mean?
like-
Like they're that other team, that other variable
That's it.
for the premiership.
The Broncos have always had that potential there, in my opinion. A-Ray's unlocked that, yes. But I think they were in a much better position to start with than what Chad Townsend walked into the...
I think Broncos just needed a good kicking halfback. That's all they needed.
No,
They
absolutely.
had a good base for a team,
Yep.
as you can see. And evidence this year, all you needed was that one decent halfback that knew how to control a team and had a semi-decent kicking game.
Well, here's
Adam
your
Reynolds has a
drama.
very good kicking game.
Great.
Here's your drama with your one decent halfback, and we're about to get another side we don't have. 20,
Oh, that's it.
20, we don't have
That's me third.
20 great halfbacks. We don't have 'em.
Nicholas Hines. He's my
Right.
third best buy. They're the top 3 buys. Clearly all halfbacks who, at this rate, you can see should never have been let go. Apart from Nicholas Hines, obviously. Chad Townsend and Adam Reynolds should never have been let go from their previous clubs.
I'm not sure. You know what? To watch Chad Townsend last year, or not last year, year before, for the Sharks, he wasn't a part of whatever they were doing going forward. You know,
I guess you can understand that because with Nicholas Hines, he's an upgrade.
He is, and for me, he wasn't doing his job there.
But
and
he's exactly what the Cowboys needed.
He's got up to the Cowboys, and he doesn't have to do much, mate. He just organises and
He needs to be a
orchestrates.
7.
So, yeah, he's done very well. And Dearden, to his credit, too, has done really
Yeah,
good, too.
100%.
So, you had Dearden at the start of the year, didn't you, Louis?
Yeah, I did, and just as he went on the price rise of 200k or whatever it was. But yeah, saying that, I did dump off Moses when he went on his massive run.
Yeah.
So didn't quite get as much as I wanted.
All right, Timmy O'Connor. Timmy.
Jimbo.
How are trades looking, gentlemen? And what position are you in overall? I'm stuck back in 19k, 13 trades left, 1 boost. I'm currently 11 for round 17 before the trades this week. So he's in pretty good stead. I'm doing terribly compared to you. I think I got 14 trades, 1 boost, and 27,000 or 8,000. And I don't know how many I've got for 11, to be honest. I haven't counted. So
Yeah, similar position. 14 trades before I do them this week. I'm not sure where I'm at, 20%.
Got any boosts?
Somewhere. No boost left.
Yeah, I'm sitting 2,491 at the moment. 9 trades left without doing any this round, and no boost.
young and the boostless.
14 trades left. $780,000 in the bank. Ranked 20,000th.
Yes. So buying whoever you want, though.
Nah, that's Paps money. I traded out Paps finally
Oh, did ya?
last week. Just so I can get drink water into my team with his low break even. So then I can bring Paps back this week for Tamari Martin, who's made his cash to equivalent the difference, which I couldn't get drink water in last week for Tamari Martin. And she's shit white.
Okay. Sounds like it was fun. Mark Hindle, as a Panthers fan, it doesn't worry us, but my question, boys, is if you're a CEO of the Warriors, Dogs, West Tigers, would you boys sign as a head coach? Who would you sign as head coach? Me, Warriors, Christian Wolf, West Tigers, keep Noddy, and the Dogs go after Fittler. Fittler already said no. I'm not sure who we go after. But I like Christian Wolf as a coach. He done wonderful things with Tonga. I'm just not sure you can do both jobs.
I reckon Bulldogs would actually chase Michael Maguire. I think actually Madge would fit this group of boys they have there. Like the boys, they look like the Tigers. Half the time they don't look like they try. They're putting in that 100% effort. Whereas Bulldogs, you see, they're fighting each game. Each game they fight, and I think with a coach like Madge, I reckon it could actually work out for them.
What did South say at the end of Madge's tender? Like 3 or 4 years would have been good for Madge because he gets him to some sort of supreme athlete shit, but at a certain point it becomes too much. Like he overtrains them. But you get a couple of good years out of him getting you up to that level, I think.
Honestly, to be fair, I think nobody has any absolutely effing idea of who should coach anyone, because at the end of the day, all these talks about Flanagans and Paul Greens and everything, there's a reason why all these fellas lost their jobs. All these assistant coaches and everything coming through. The next best one was Trent Barrett. He was going to solve everything, and shit. Adam O'Brien spent years at the Storm, come through the Roosters, done.
Yeah.
So, at the end of the day, you can't look at anyone and say, yep, he's 100% going to be a head coach for Terrier.
All right, 2 of the questions which I wanted to ask
Cameron
this week.
Serrato could sign up with fucking anyone next week
Should he
and
take the
fail
job?
miserably.
Should he take the job? If you were Cameron Serraldo, do you stay at Penrith where you could win premierships?
No,
Or you go and you take the punt somewhere?
I'm taking the punt.
You're not going to Fitzgibbon it and just wait it out with a winning side
Well,
and try and move to another
Ivan's
side
just
to
signed
win?
5 years.
Pardon?
Ivan's just signed for 5 more years.
Yeah.
So what are you going to do? Sit there for another 5 years as an assistant coach?
Yeah.
Or don't you want to go out there and test yourself and see if you can't turn one of these shit clubs around or sign with a semi-decent club?
That's what I'm saying. Does
Like-
he hold out? Or
Well,
does
the Bulldogs
does he jump
and
on
the
Dogs?
Tigers, there's both there's positives to both of them, especially the Bulldogs. I feel
Yeah.
with Mane and Kick-out coming next year, Avrilo's finding his feet at fullback. All they miss now is a real genuine 7.
Oh, take nothing away from little fucking.
They're missing a
Flanagan.
genuine 7.
He's going okay.
Don't worry about what Berg's saying.
Yeah, but
Once they
you got
find
the Gus factor there.
just a semi-decent, like just Sean O'Sullivan, something like that.
Well, his
Just
Dolphins
just
now.
one of those pieces, just to fill that void. With Avrilo finding his feet, Burton finding his feet at 6, Marnie coming. I think that could be well and truly enough with the forward pack they've got, the outside backs they've got developing. I think there's a lot of green sprouts there at the Bulldogs, and if I was Cameron Serrato, I would be signing there.
All right, fair enough. And Bulldogs form, is it going to last?
No.
All right.
We might beat some of the lower clubs, but we're not keeping up with the big dogs in any stretch.
Adam O'Brien, is he going to make it past the end of this year?
No.
If he
He
does, it won't be till the start of next year.
He'll get sacked.
This is his last season at Newcastle.
Yeah.
If not, I'm going to throw rocks.
Alright. And Vowsy with our last one now, just before we go asking Vowsy's question. Vowsy got a podium, got first on the weekend.
Vowsy, well
Did a
done,
pro-
brother.
Good work,
As
brother.
a pro
Well done.
drifter, so
Well
well done, Vowsy, mate. You fucking smash it, lad. Hey, lads, what are your thoughts on Addo-Carr missing Origin selection? Hashtag again. And what are your predictions or same game multis for Origin 2?
As Queenslander, Josh Adokami's team, hashtag I'm laughing all the way to the bank.
I think we've already covered most of that question, so multis quickly.
And so I'm going to go
Just give us a
Queensland-
3 anytime try scorers.
Queensland 13 plus. Kalen Ponga, anytimer. With Munster, anytimer. And who's your centre? Crichton, anytime.
I got the Blues by a point, so 1-12. Queensland win the first half. New South Wales win the second half. Toto anytime try scorer, and Val Holmes anytime try scorer. In me multi.
It's juicy. I like it. I'm going to go New South Wales 13 plus. I'm going to go Toto, Teddy, anytime try scorers. I'm going to go Munster for a try.
Does love a try, old mad dog.
As much as my heart says I wish the Blues get it by 13 plus, I'm going Queensland 13 plus.
Go Louis!
Gags anytime tries. Gags anytime try scorer. Val Holmes anytime try scorer, and Ben Hunt anytime.
Oh, I love it. Go Louis.
Benny, I like Benny.
Well, he's hoping he's broken all of them, so put
Put
your money there.
Fingers crossed.
Boys,
Should have included Munster then as well.
Peace.
No, it's not gonna be-
Are we pacing?
yeah, I think that's
I
it.
think-
Yeah.
Thank you very much. We'll see you next week. Talk a bit more Supercoach. Enjoy rep round.
That's it. Whatever we missed this week, fellas, chime in, ask us questions about it for next week, and
Mm-hmm.
we'll try and answer them.
Kind of have a list if you got one.
Go the Blues.
Go Blues.
Queenslander.
And the Dogs.
Cheerio.
Stop recording on the audio.